Quinn here, Osprey Gold Development, sitting with Adrian Fleming, one of our independent directors. Adrian's actually kind of one of my tie-ins to this company. He and I originally worked together on a company called Underworld Resources up in the Yukon there. And as we have you here, we just figured to get a little bit of your perspective on kind of the current exploration market, assay results, assay timing, things like that, and anything else you find interesting in that kind of category of topics.
Yeah. Gold market's off a little bit at the moment. People are chasing Bitcoin, they're chasing weed, and there's a couple of projects, mainly Osisco in Quebec and Quinton Hennig with Novo in Western Australia, that's taking all the money off the table, and we're left with crumbs, but there's still some money around. Coming to the assay situation, normally you send your drill core samples in and you have your results back within a couple of weeks. Recently, we're all finding it's taking 6 weeks to get our assays back. And I think the reasons are after the global financial crisis, of course, there was no exploration at all. The labs shut down, got rid of all their people. They thought in 2011, 10 is going to pick up. We'll hire some people. Our business didn't pick up. We had this prolonged drought. And now we have laboratories which are very adverse to adding people because they don't want to get burnt again. And so it's just taking a long time to get your results back. So it's a bit like submitting your homework and then you don't get your grade till next term, and it's pretty unacceptable.
Yeah, it's been super frustrating, I think, for not just for us at Osprey, and I know we're seeing delays more than 6 weeks, we're seeing 8 weeks, and that doesn't seem uncommon. And I know you're associated with other companies that it doesn't seem to be a lab-specific issue.
It's right across North America. I mean, I'm involved with a company working in Nevada, same thing.
Yeah.
And so, you know, you do your work and you need your results because you do a program of work and you need the results from that program before you move to the next phase because you don't know whether you've hit or you've missed. Yeah. So you're sitting there twiddling thumbs waiting for those results, and it's really, it's burning money because we can't progress our exploration projects at the rate we would like to do them. Very frustrating. Very frustrating. All frustrating.
It's good to know it's not just us. I guess a little bit of misery loves company.
Exactly.
Yeah, so then I guess talking about the assay results, another thing that we're looking at with Goldenville, as you know, and with kind of all of our exploration in Nova Scotia is on top of kind of your standard fire assay procedures, we're using metallic screens. And I don't know if everyone really fully kind of appreciates and understands what that is.
Okay. Let me use an analogy. One of the problems with trying to determine the grade of gold in a rock is particle size. So if you've got very fine particles of gold, regular assaying works quite well. If you've got coarser particles, it makes it more difficult to get a reliable assay. And so just imagine you've got a loaf of raisin bread and there's 10 raisins in it. So you cut off the crust and you cut the first slice because you don't want to eat the crust. So the first slice, no raisins. Cut another slice, no raisins. The third slice, half a raisin. So that is the issue. So if you took half the loaf and then broke it all up, you'd get probably 3 of the 6 raisins. So screen fire assay is just taking a larger sample and treating that to try and find those few raisins.
Yeah, and we're actually...
Did I do it?
You did. And I think, we're actually doing, I think our metallic screens are 1 kilo, so they're quite large for sample size. Which
and normally a sample is 50 grams. So that is 20 times the volume of the 50 grams.
Yeah.
So it ought to be more reliable. Sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't, but mostly it is more, it's a more reliable assay number for that sample. And it's all to do with how big the gold particles are. Not little ones, but we've got bigger ones.
Yeah, and as you know, that slightly more robust procedure, it definitely takes a little bit more time.